Em đang ngồi học bài một chút.
Hỏi xem nào. Dạ, chú Tư Tiên tiến bộ nhiều hơn nhiều đấy.
Em cũng đang check các bạn này.
Tôi cố gắng học nhanh nhé.
Anh mua gì vào nhiều đấy?
Một bát mì đơn sơ đơn giản mà anh ăn cảm rất là ngon. Bởi vì có bàn tay của Tư Tiên nấu nên.
Anh ăn không, em lòng chứng tỏ nhé. Em muốn là ngày mai anh lên đường sẽ gặp nhiều may mắn.
Anh ăn nhiều nhé. Tôi quyết định như thế nhé.
Không có gì thì em gọi điện cho anh sau.
Thế vậy đó.
Anh chưa đi đâu mà em đã cảm thấy muốn anh rồi.
Anh thấy là Tư Tiên cảm giác như đi mấy hôm này như kiểu đi mấy năm ấy. Em nhỉ?
Anh đi sang đấy cố gắng ăn uống và giữ gìn sức khỏe nhé. Rồi xong công việc thì về với em.
Anh biết rồi. Em vào nhà vậy nhé.
The countryside, late morning. The sun shines warmly over Tien's farm, its wooden house standing weathered but sturdy, surrounded by a small garden of leafy greens and a pig pen under repair. The air carries the scent of damp earth and freshly cut grass. Inside Jack's mother's modest home, a TV hums softly with the news. Jack's mother, Mrs. Han, sits on a wooden chair, a glass of water in hand, while Tien works outside at her farm. Mrs. Han adjusts the TV volume, the weather report announcing clear skies. No more rain today, good for the farm, she murmurs, sipping her water. She glances out the window, picturing Tien's farm with its rows of vegetables and the pig pen she's been fixing. Let's give Tien a call, she says, pulling out her phone. The line rings and Tien's gentle voice answers. Hello, Mrs. Han. Mrs. Han smiles warmly. Hello, Tien dear. Are you at home today? Or are you out harvesting? Tien's tone is soft, tinged with fatigue. I'm at the farm, Mrs. Han. Mrs. Han nods, her voice filled with concern. Good. How have you been feeling since you started the medicine? Tien pauses, her tone reassuring. I'm okay, just a bit sleepy sometimes. Mrs. Han's voice softens. Make sure you eat well, dear. Medicine can make you tired if you don't. I'm at home. Why don't you come over and spend some time with me? Tien glances at the pig pen she's been repairing, a hammer still in hand. I'd love to, but I need to finish some work first. I'll come over later. Mrs. Han chuckles. All right, finish your tasks and come by. Or how about asking Jack to bring me to the farm? It's been a while since I last visited. I meant to, but haven't had the chance. Tien's voice brightens slightly. Jack's been so busy lately, always on the go. I think he's preparing to start his company, so he's swamped. Mrs. Han sighs, a hint of loneliness in her tone. Yes, Jack's always working, leaving me here alone. Just make sure you come by when you can, okay? And don't forget to take your medicine regularly. Have you eaten yet? Tien replies softly. Yes, I've eaten. Mrs. Han nods approvingly. Good. Keep eating well to stay strong while on medicine. I'll let you go now, Tien. Tien's voice is polite. Thank you, Mrs. Han, goodbye. Mrs. Han hangs up, murmuring to herself. I'm glad she's doing well. Medicine doesn't seem to tire her too much. She turns back to the TV, the news anchor discussing local events. The door creaks open and Jack steps in, his shirt slightly dusty from the road. Mom, I'm back, he calls, kicking off his boots. Mrs. Han looks up, her face lighting up. Jack, you're home? Come sit. I'm just watching the news and having some water. Jack nods, taking a seat beside her. Have you eaten lunch yet, Mom? Mrs. Han waves a hand. I ate already. I called earlier to tell you to eat out there, so I went ahead and had my meal. Jack takes the glass of water she offers. Thank you, I'll have some. Cheers, Mom. He takes a sip, glancing outside. It's sunnier today, a bit warmer than yesterday. It was rainy and cold then. Mrs. Han nods, her tone curious. How's your work going? Jack sighs, setting the glass down. The legal paperwork is all done, but the challenge now is finding a place for the workshop. I went with Luan to check a few spots, but none of them felt right. Mrs. Han raises an eyebrow. No luck yet? How big of a space are you looking for? Jack rubs his neck, his voice thoughtful. I'm looking for about 1,000 square meters. But some places don't have the infrastructure ready, and the ones that do are too small. Building infrastructure for that size isn't cheap, so I'm still weighing my options. Mrs. Han leans back, her tone practical. Take your time to think it through. But I don't think you need to start with such a large workshop. Look at Mr. Tang, he started his company years ago, and now his son runs it. Their workshop isn't big, but they've kept it going all this time. You could reach out to him, see how he manages. Starting too big can be tough. You'll need to secure a good supply of herbs too. Jack nods, considering her advice. For the herbs, I plan to work with the traditional healers in the village to get a diverse supply. But you're right. I'm thinking about starting smaller. I want to prioritize quality and help those who can't afford treatment. Mrs. Han's eyes soften. That sounds exhausting, Jack. Why did you choose this path? Jack's voice is steady, filled with purpose. First, I want to honor Grandpa's wishes. Second, I want to grow to challenge myself in a new field, one that aligns with Grandpa's dreams. I know it's tough, but in the village there are so many people struggling, unable to afford medical care. I want to help them, even if it's just a little. Mrs. Han nods, her tone warm. I've seen that struggle too during my charity trips. People with no blankets, no food, elderly folks sick with no money for treatment. It breaks my heart. If you can help them through this work, I'm proud of you. Jack smiles faintly. Grandpa used to do the same, helping the villagers through their illnesses. If I can follow in his footsteps and have everyone's support, I'd be so happy. He pauses, his tone shifting. Speaking of which, Mom, I'm thinking of visiting Mr. Tang's company to learn how he runs things. And after that, I want to go abroad for a while to gain some experience so I'm not starting blind. Mrs. Han nods approvingly. That's a good idea. Learning from others will help. Going abroad to gain experience is even better. You remember Mr. Tang's place, right? We used to pass by it often. His workshop is small, but he's kept it steady for years. Jack nods. Yes, I remember. I think I need to invest in myself this time to build a strong foundation. Grandpa never had a workshop. He just gathered herbs from the hills and treated whoever needed help. I want to start small too, sourcing herbs from the village healers. Mrs. Han smiles. This area is rich with natural resources. Herbs are plentiful in these mountains. Jack's expression softens. Mom, while I'm abroad, can you check on Tien for me? She's been taking medicine lately. Mrs. Han nods. Do you have your travel plans set? Jack confirms. Yes, I'll be visiting my friend Hong. He has a company over there, and I want to see how it operates. Mrs. Han reassures him. Don't worry, Tien's place is close by. I just called her. She's doing well, not too tired from the medicine. I'm free at home, so we can keep each other company. Jack sighs in relief. Thank you, Mom. I've been so busy lately, I haven't had much time for her. I want to see her before I leave. I'll head over there soon. Mrs. Han stands, her tone gentle. Go talk to her, make sure she's okay. I'll pack some clothes and medicine for you to take along just in case. Go on now. Jack nods, grabbing his jacket. Thanks, Mom. He steps outside, the sun casting long shadows as he walks toward Tien's farm. Scene: Tien's farm, early afternoon. The wooden house stands sturdy, its porch cluttered with farming tools. The pig pen nearby is half repaired, and the garden boasts rows of leafy greens ready for harvest. Jack arrives, carrying a bag of supplies. Tien sits on the porch, a notebook in hand, jotting down notes about medicinal herbs. She looks up as Jack approaches, her face lighting up. Jack, when did you get here? Jack smiles, setting the bag down. Just now. Are you studying? Tien shows him her notebook, her handwriting neat. Yes, I'm finishing this section. I've improved a lot, haven't I? Jack glances at her work, impressed. You've come so far, Tien. Keep it up. He gestures to the bag. I brought some breakfast, snacks, and rice for you. Tien frowns slightly. I still have rice, you know. You bought so much. I've been a bit sleepy from the medicine, I might not finish it all. Jack's tone is gentle. I just don't want you to feel too tired to take care of yourself. What have you been up to today? Tien points to the pig pen. I've been at home, fixing the pig pen a bit. A few days ago, I went to the market to sell some vegetables. I didn't want them to spoil, but I've been following your advice, not doing any heavy harvesting. Jack nods approvingly. Good, just stick to light tasks around the house and don't go too far. I heard Mom called you today, asking you to come over. Tien smiles. Yes, I told her I'd come by after I finish my work. Jack's expression turns serious. Tien, I need to tell you something. I'll be going abroad for a while. I want to learn more, see how my friend's company operates, so I can come back and start ours properly. Tien's eyes widen, a flicker of worry crossing her face. Will you be gone long? Jack shakes his head. I'm not sure yet, but I'll call you whenever I can. We can still talk and see each other over the phone. Tien nods, her voice soft. I thought going abroad meant we couldn't stay in touch. If that's the case, then go, I'll be fine here. I'll call you if I can. Jack takes her hand, his tone earnest. I'll only be gone for a while, and I'll come back as soon as I can. Don't be sad, okay? I want to make sure I'm fully prepared before we start this company. Tien forces a smile, her voice steady. How's your work going? Jack sighs. I haven't found the right location for the company yet. After this trip, I'll figure out the next steps. I know you're worried. I've been under a lot of pressure lately. Tien squeezes his hand. Don't worry about me. Go on your trip, I'll manage here. I'll spend time with your mom so I'm not too lonely. Jack nods, relieved. I've already asked Mom to check on you. She'll come by often. You can go to her place too if you feel like it. Tien smiles, her voice warm. I'll be okay. Just focus on your work, and call me when you're back. Jack grins, his tone lightening. Of course. I'll take pictures and send them to you. You've never been abroad, right? I want you to see what it's like over there. Tien's eyes glisten, her voice trembling slightly. You haven't even left yet, and I already miss you. Jack pulls her close, his tone reassuring. I feel the same, but I have to do this. I need to learn new things for us. I'll miss you and Mom so much, but I want to get this done quickly so I can come back. Tien nods, her voice steadying. I trust you, your mom does too. You'll succeed in whatever you choose to do. Jack's gaze softens, his voice filled with gratitude. I'm so grateful to have you and Mom by my side, supporting me through everything. I hope one day I can succeed and make you both proud. Tien smiles faintly, pointing to her wrist. The bracelet you gave me. I haven't been wearing it because I don't want to damage it while working in the garden. I save it for when we go out together. Jack shakes his head gently. You don't need to take it off. I gave you that bracelet to symbolize our bond. Wear it. Everything I give you, I give with all my heart. Tien's eyes well up, her voice soft. When will I ever do something meaningful for you, Jack? Jack cups her face, his tone warm. You loving me, being here with me. That's more than enough. I believe our love will never fade, no matter the challenges we face. Tien nods, her voice steady. Meeting you has been my greatest blessing. All the hardships I faced before, I'll let them go. She pauses, her tone curious. When are you leaving? Jack's expression turns apologetic. It's a bit sudden, but I'm flying out tomorrow. Tien blinks, surprised. Tomorrow already? Jack nods. Yes. How about I stay a bit longer? Maybe you can cook us a meal and we can eat together. Tien smiles, her voice warm. I'd like that. You'll miss me while you're gone, right? You bought the noodles I like. Should I make some? Jack grins. I'd love that. Let me help you carry the stuff inside. Tien takes the bag, her voice teasing. You bought so much. I won't be able to finish it all. Jack laughs softly. I'll be away for a while, and I want to make sure you're taken care of. His phone rings and he answers. Hey Luan. Yes, I'm still going tomorrow, are you? Luan's voice comes through. I've got something come up so I can't go. You'll have to meet Hong on your own. Jack nods. Alright, I'll handle it. He hangs up, turning to Tien. Luan can't make it. I'll be going alone. Tien heads to the kitchen, pulling out 2 packs of noodles. I'll make these for us, it'll be quick. Jack follows, watching her with a fond smile. You even added fresh herbs to mine. It looks amazing. Tien stirs the pot, her voice nostalgic. I still remember the first time you made noodles for me. I didn't even know what they were. Jack chuckles, taking a bowl. Now you're better at it than I am. Cheers, Tien. They eat in companionable silence, the simple meal warming the air. Jack sets his bowl down, his tone reflective. This simple bowl of noodles tastes so good, because you made it. Tien smiles, clearing the bowls. I'm just glad you enjoyed it. They move to the porch, sipping water as the sky darkens. Tien glances at him, her voice hesitant. If you're gone for a while, make sure you bring some medicine and a warm jacket. It might be cold over there. Jack pats her hand, his tone reassuring. I'll be fine, don't worry. I'm healthy. Tien nods, her voice soft. I've never been abroad. I just worry you'll feel out of place, or not know where to get medicine if you need it. Jack smiles, his tone playful. One day I'll take you traveling with me. You'll see the world. It's just a short flight. A few hours and I'll be there. Tien's eyes widen. A plane up in the sky? I'd be too scared. Jack laughs softly. You'll be fine. I'll be right there with you. His expression turns serious. Tien, I'll do my best to learn everything I can over there, so I can come back and build our company. I'm new to this field, and I want to be confident in what I do. Tien nods, her voice steady. I hope everything goes smoothly for you. Take care of yourself while you're there. Jack takes her hand, his voice firm. I promise I'll be back soon and I'll call you every day. You need to take care of yourself too. Keep taking your medicine and stay healthy. That's what matters most to me. Tien smiles, her eyes glistening. I'll miss you so much. Jack pulls her into a hug, his voice soft. I'll miss you too. I need to head back now. I have some things to finish tonight, but I'll come back later, and then I'll leave early tomorrow for the airport. Tien nods, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. Go take care of your work. I'll walk you out. They head to the gate, the setting sun casting a warm glow over the farm. Jack turns, his tone gentle. Don't be sad, Tien. I'll be back before you know it. Tien waves, her voice trembling. Safe travels, Jack. Scene: the airport, early morning. Jack stands at the check-in counter, his bag packed with clothes and medicine, ready to board his flight. Jack glances at his phone, a photo of Tien on the screen. He murmurs to himself, I hope everything goes well. I'll be back soon, Tien, just like I promised. He heads toward the gate, his steps steady, carrying the weight of his promise to her.
Husband's battle with cancer and chronic pain. As unquote, I'm used to asking people what they have learned from their experiences, so it's quite natural for me to ask her for advice on what happened her deal with the crushing grief. Obviously, she has been doing something right to be so full of vitality and joy after such a short time. She described it, her travels around the world with sparkling eyes and her plans for the next year with a joyful smile. What a contrast to how I was. Phyllis had been so open with me. I felt encouraged her to ask her, did you ever feel like you were just waiting to die? I don't mean to I don't mean to die. I just mean feeling